22, 24 seconds to go. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. This counting down, counting up. Okay. So it's exactly 4 p.m. here in China, and this is the scheduled time for this Q&A that I scheduled for today, being the 11th of February 2019. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions ever since I put out those 2 videos about the CSC government scholarship. I have people sending me emails asking me questions. I realized that I was kind of being repetitive in the sense that I answer the same question and then someone else comes out and maybe sends me email with the same question, and I have to keep answering these questions. So I decided, why not just make a video, address the question so everyone can just see it and get their questions answered. And I also decided to make live in the sense that I want people to be able to come in and ask me questions in real time, just in case your questions are not part of the questions that I've answered. So you can ask me your own questions and I'll try to answer them also in this video. So I'm going to first of all go through my comment section on YouTube and answer the questions that I see there, and then you guys also have the opportunity to ask me your own questions when I'm done. Okay. By the way, let me put out a disclaimer out there. I am not a CSC agent, neither am I connected in all the things that I'm going to tell you, all the information that I'm giving you, all the questions that I'll be answering times. So I understand to some extent how it works, so I can tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. This is the steps that you need to follow when you are stuck. I can look at it and tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. Okay, so I am not in any way affiliated with the CSC government or agents of the scholarship or anything like that. So don't misquote me anywhere. Okay, so the very first question is coming from Keeping Up with Boko. So Keeping Up says, how long will it take for them to reply after completing the application? Okay, when you make the application starts, usually it would start in January and end in March, but this it is still going to end in March 31st. So if it ends in March, the school is going to need some time in order to process all the applications that are going to get and get back to you. So for some schools that are very, very quick, you might be getting responses around April, May. And for some other schools, it could be June, July period. So between April and July, you would be expecting them to give you a response on your application. However, usually they would respond to you if you were successful. If you are not successful, you probably don't need. Okay, sorry, bad network. So Indie Blog says, if I can understand what Indie Blog is saying, she says, do they have any grade requirements, for example, 2-1, 2-2? So she's asking, for example, if you want to apply for a master's and you graduated with, say, first class or maybe second class upper, second class lower, all of that, do the Chinese government scholarship specify that you need to have a certain grade before you can apply for the scholarship? As long as I know, it is not clearly stated anywhere that you need to have a certain grade in order to be part of the scholarship. However, I feel like the better your grade, the more your chances of being accepted into the scholarship. So, but that does not mean that if your grade is not that wonderful, that you shouldn't apply. What it only means is that you should make sure that in addition to your certificate, your other application documents are very strong. For example, you have a very good study plan, and yeah, you basically have to make sure that every other thing is on point in addition to your graduation certificate. So it is not written anywhere that you have to have maybe a 2-1 or a 2-2 or a third class for you to be able to apply for the scholarship. But the better your grade, the better your chances are. Okay, so the next question is coming from Joshua Kamal. So Joshua says, which provinces/university would you recommend if you want to work and study? So let me tell you something. In China, when you're a student, it is actually illegal for you to laws. So in some provinces, students are now being allowed to have like a work study permit. So if you want to be able to work and study at the same time when you come to China, then you should apply to those universities that are in those provinces where where students are allowed to have a work and study permit. So, for example, you can apply to Jiangsu province, specifically Nanjing. So, in Nanjing has a lot of universities. You should target your application towards universities in Nanjing City, in Jiangsu province. So, if you want to work and study at the same time, then I would advise you to come to Jiangsu province. Okay. So the next question is coming from Ivan Botseng. So Ivan says, thanks for the video. Thank you, Ivan. He says, from your account, can I apply to more than one university? At first, I used to think that it is illegal for you to apply to more than one university. But then later I found out something from the CSC agreements list. So they said you can apply, you can have 5 applications in one application here. You can have 5 applications, 2 type A application and 3 type B application. So what it basically means is that you can actually create more than one CSC account, and then you can apply to different universities. So remember, type A means that you're applying through your embassy, and type B means you're applying through the universities. So according to this, and you can also have 3 type B applications. So overall, you can apply 5. You can have 5 applications. So that means you can apply to 5 schools through type A and type B. So if you're applying through your embassy, then it's type A, only 2 applications. If you're applying through type B, that's through the universities, you can apply 3 times, 3 applications. And if you're applying for both type A and type B, then you can have 5 applications. So it means that you can apply. The next one is coming from I don't know, Yvan B Guide. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Okay, so Yvan B Guide says, is there any way of schooling and playing basketball? This is really funny a little bit, but then yeah, it's a very good question. If your passion is to play basketball, of course, in most Chinese universities they have very good sporting facilities, so you can actually school and play your basketball. But if you're looking to play professionally, I don't really know much very well in the basketball team in your school. You could have the opportunity of being picked by maybe a team here in China. You don't know what will happen. So for your school, most of the schools have very good sporting facilities. They probably even have teams that you can join. So you can also school and play basketball at the same time. Big guide. Okay, so the next question is coming from Rebel. So Rebel basically asking the same questions: how many schools she can apply to for a master's program. I said it before, 5 type A and type B applications. Okay, so the next question is coming from Hannah Pitchford. So Hannah says, hey, thank you for the video. It was so helpful. Just a quick question. Could you please suggest what is expected to be written in the study plan for the CSC scholarship application? First of all, the study plan is like a plan to allow you to why are you applying to China? What studying that course in China is going to do to your future career? How are you going to impact on your future careers? Things like this. You can also tell them about your academic achievements in your previous education, organizations that you belong to, things that you've done in your past. Something to show that you're a very strong candidate and that you are very qualified to get the scholarship. That is what they want to see in your study plan. But just in case you still don't know what to write in your study plan, what you need to do is go on Google and download the study plan template. There are so many study plans that you can download. Download a template. I didn't say you should just download it. So I hope that answers your question, Hannah Pitchford. Ememando Quincy. Okay, I hope I pronounced your name right. Ememando Quincy. Okay, so Ememando says, when is the deadline for this year's scholarship application? March 31st of March. But you need to be very fast, because even though the CSC scholarship application is ending on the 31st of March, some schools, because remember, if you've watched my first video that I made about CSC scholarship, I said when you apply on the CSC website, you need to, at the end of your application on the CSC website, you need to go back and apply on the school's website. So you could have some schools that their own school application is ending before 31st of March or even after 31st of March. So if you want to apply to a particular school, make sure you have also checked the school portal. So even though the CSC scholarship portal is closing on the 31st, the school that you want to apply to, their portal might be closing before 31st. So you need to, make sure that they both are in consonance so you don't miss out on one. But officially, the CSC government scholarship application portal will be closing on the 31st of March, the last day of application. Okay. Namio B. Namio B, I don't really think I get your question. Do you know if you can apply to more than one scholarship agencies accepted by your target Chinese university and then decided based on the results which one to use? Man, Namio B, you need to come clear. I don't really get what you're asking me, seriously. You need to ask me again. I don't really get your question. Okay, this one is coming from Anna Budoya. Okay, she says, thank you so much, but how can I find the scholarship? And in that video, I told you guys how to find Chinese universities, how to find courses, course duration, and language of study. So also in that same video, you can find the university's website. When you go to www.campuschina.org, www.campuschina.org, and you click on universities, there's a place where you can click to find universities. It's there in that video. When you click on universities and you click on the province, click on the university that you want. Once you click on that university and that page opens, on the top there, look very well on the university profile there. There's this profile page for each university. Look at that place. You are going to be able to see it very well, but it is there. It is really, really there. So when you from my second video where I made a video on how to find the Chinese universities, china.org, you can still find the university's website from there. Each university that you click on has their website written over there. So just to look through the page, you're going to find the university's website. Okay. So the next question is coming from Yingqi Hu. Yingqi Hu. Your name really sounds Chinese though. By the way, I want to make something very clear. The CST's government scholarship is only open to international students. Okay. Is there any reason for Chinese students? Bali. Can you send to the live questions? Okay, very quickly. Okay, so let me finish with Yinchi Hu. So Yinchi Hu says, hi, I want to apply for the scholarship. That the deadline for submitting the documents for the scholarship is around March 15, I think. But the application for the fall semester itself don't start till March. Should I send the documents separately, or do you maybe know what I should do? So if I get Yinchi's question very clearly, so she's asking, Yinchi wants to apply to a particular university, but according to Yinchi, that the CSC government scholarship is ending on the 15th. Actually, it's ending on the 31st. But then the question still stands. She says, I want to apply to a particular university, but the university's portal, the CSC government portal, closes on the 31st. So, how do I, do this? Remember I said in my first video, when you're applying for the CSC government scholarship, you need to apply on the CSC portal, then go back to the school portal that she does. So if you're in that kind of situation, what you need to do is, first of all, apply on the CSC website, finish your application on the CSC website, full stop. Then wait for the school's website to open, then go and apply on the school's website. I hope that answers your question, Yinchi. B is asking, can you tell me which documents to be notarized? Yeah, certificates that you're going to use for this application, you need to notarize. The next question is coming from So Eda Gobo Believe says, thank you for the video. I am in China and I'll be graduating in June this year from a Chinese university. I would love to apply for the CSC scholarship. So what I want to know is, when will the portal be open so that I can apply? The portal is already open since October of last year. He also says, what are the chances of me getting in? the chances of you getting in is as strong as the application documents that you submitted. Okay, yeah. And what will you advise as per choice of school? Your choice of school will depend on the course that you want to study, which university offers it in China, and all those things. You have to research more on what you want to study, the schools that you plan to study in. Okay, I cannot sit down here and tell you which school you should apply to. There are so many good schools. Okay, and then the next one is also some schools requires the applicants must write an entrance examination. If I'm gonna be applying for CSC, will I have to write the school's entrance examination? Of course. If the school requires you to write an entrance examination before they can select you for the scholarship, then you should, especially if you're applying through Type B. Because if you're applying for a Type B application, it means you're applying through the university. So the university has to select you and then recommend you to the CSC government, so to the CSC scholarship board. So if you're applying Type B and the school requires you to write an entrance examination before they can pick you, then of course you need to write it. I know some schools like Peking, you need to go through an interview for them to be able to pick you. So if they require you to do something like that, then definitely you need to do that. So Jimmy Moffat is also asking, he says, can I do this as an undergraduate? Of course, if you are an undergraduate and you want to apply for the CSC government scholarship, it's also open for undergraduate studies. I want to apply for Christian Chamak. Man, so many questions. Christian Chamak, I want to apply for a CSC category B and I need help. Oh, sorry. That one was not. Okay, so the last Lancer Fate. So she says, which provinces or universities do you recommend? I'd like to study something related to technology and a city where natives speak Mandarin. Oh, this is a really funny question. City where natives speak Mandarin. Of course, everyone in China speaks Mandarin. So you want to study something like technology? So many schools. Like, just research that on your own. Go on Google, look for it. Schools that offer technology courses, that specializes in technology courses. There's so many schools like that, or maybe any school that ends in technology, whatever technology school. That should be it. And I also know that here, Southeast University, if you're someone that is in the engineering background or engineering discipline, Southeast University really offers a lot of engineering courses, and they're very good at it. So if you're in engineering, maybe you can apply to Southeast University. Southeast University is in Nanjing City, Jiangsu. For me to take time for me to take the questions that you guys have for me. So, Bali O is saying, is there any business? Oh, this thing is not showing. Hold on. Okay, so Bali O is saying, is there any business opportunities for students in terms of trading goods while studying? While studying, as you know, that China is a world factory. Yeah, of course. Of course, Bali O, if you want to, engage in trade as a student, of course you can do that. Of course you can do that. And also there are opportunities for you if you graduate from a master's program here in China, you have the opportunity to open even your own company using your graduation certificate. China allows this. Of course you can do that. Um, Life with Minky. Hey Minky. She says, is CSC application open now? Girl, it's been open since October last year. October, so it's like October, November, December, January, February. So this is like the 5th month that it's been open. So if you have anyone that wants to apply, tell them to run to apply, because the application portal closes on the 31st of March. That is next month. Okay. And if you're just tuning in and watching right now, and you haven't watched the previous videos that I made about the CSC government scholarship and you want to apply for the scholarship, you need to go back, watch those videos, understand how the application is done, the documents that you need before you start making this application. Don't do it wrongly. Don't do it wrongly, because two things would happen. It's either you don't get the scholarship, or number two, you end up probably in a school that you don't want to go or with a course that you don't want to study. So you really need to make your research. Okay. Okay, so I guess this is it for all the questions that people have asked me. And something that I really need to tell you guys, when you're making the application, when you're making the application, the email address, because when you want to start the application, you need to have an email address that you need to register with. Your email address should not be a Yahoo email address or a Gmail. I saw this when I went to make an application this year. Normally it was not like this, but I saw this like it was written boldly. It should not be a Gmail or a Yahoo mail. I think the reason being that they said when you use a Gmail or a Yahoo mail, sometimes they're supposed to send you a verification email, right? For you to verify your account and then start your application. So it's possible that they will send it and then there could be a glitch and you don't get the mail. So you keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're like, what's happening to my application? It's not working and stuff. So if you're using a Gmail or a Yahoo mail and you're already experiencing such issues, then this could be the issue. You need to create a new email address. Maybe I can suggest one to you guys, 163.com. You can use 163.com, www.163.com. To be on the safe side, don't use a Yahoo email address or a Gmail address. Another one, okay, I already talked about that one. You can make 5 applications in one application here. 2 type A application, 3 type B application. So, Bali O, I saw you asked me another question. Let me see. Thanks for the answer. Any idea how to sell the products like online or offline? And will that be a problem if I'm holding a student visa? Recently, I think you need to register any type of buying and selling. You need to pay tax. And I think you need to register, especially if you want to sell. Usually people sell on WeChat. It's a social it's a social account that people use here to chat, to text, to make payments, and also to sell. So if you're selling over these things, recently I think this law came into existence towards the end of 2018, 2019. So you need to be able to need to register your account and verify your account, so that, because if WeChat notices that people are paying you money and they notice that you're selling something, your account could be blocked. So you need to register, and registering means you have to pay tax. So you need to make sure it's legal before you can go ahead and sell anything. So if you can do that, I think you would have the license to do your business online. Okay, so any other question? Because I would be tuning out very quickly. And I hope that answering these questions have helped a lot of people. And some of you guys who have similar questions wouldn't have the need to send me emails anymore asking me the same questions. Okay. And if there's someone that you think that need this information, you can share a link to this video to them, and they can go ahead and watch and get the information that they need to do their application. So to as many of you that are doing the CSC application this year, I wish all of you good luck, and don't forget to subscribe, like my channel, and share my videos. So until next time, guys, see you in my next one. Bye.